Hey guys, I gotta be honest with you. I've made some pretty bad mistakes with my money in the past, and if I didn't catch these mistakes, then it might have spelled the end of my financial future. So today I'd like to go through these mistakes with you, and in hopes that you don't make them yourself. My first mistake was going to college. When I first decided that I wanted to go to school, all I did was go to the website of the college that was nearest to my house, look for the different programs I had, and just applied to what appealed to me. I didn't care that school would cost me money, and I didn't even care that the field I wanted to get into didn't even require it of me. All I thought is, I gotta go. I ended up with thousands of dollars in debt, needlessly, for an industry that I'm not even sure I really want to be in. What I should have done is actually put some thought into what I wanted to do with myself, and research what fields were hiring, which fields required college, and what I wanted to see myself doing in the future. Don't be like me. Do your research. You gotta ask yourself, do I need college, or can I even afford to go to college? Think, maybe I should take a year off from education to gather my thoughts and figure out what I want to do. Another big one was impulse buying stuff that I really didn't need. When I was younger, I spent my money like it was free. When my bills were paid and I had extra money in my account, I'd just go spend it all with no thoughts of growing myself, just what could I buy next? I would get new phones every year, I'd buy new video games at full price. I would pour hundreds of dollars a month into things that got me nowhere. Because of this, when work got slow, I'd get further and further into debt, just trying to pay my bills because I didn't have any sort of safety fund. At the end of the day, don't treat your money like it will always be there, because it won't. Don't spend money on anything extra unless you really don't need that money. If that money disappeared from your bank, would you be in a worse financial position? If yes, then don't spend it. Abusing credit cards. Spending money that you don't have can be one of the most financially damaging things you can do to yourself. Once my money was gone because of my terrible spending habits, I'd think, okay, I'll just buy everything on the credit card. I'll spend next month's extra money. This was a huge mistake because you can't guarantee that there will be extra money next month. My mistake was, even when I did have this extra money, I'd just use it to go and buy more stuff rather than paying off my credit cards. This led to me not being able to pay my minimum payments. I was unaware how catastrophic this could be to your credit rating. I just didn't educate myself. I've since recovered this bad credit, but now I only have good credit instead of excellent credit, where I could have been if I was more smart about what I did with my credit cards. I set myself back because of my ignorance. Most of these mistakes come down to a lack of education. I should have educated myself on the dangers of being delinquent on credit card payments. Financing my car. Don't get me wrong, I love my car. I bought it for a reason. But what I don't love is the amount of money I owe on it. I think my biggest mistake with this was not looking at the actual out-the-door price and focusing more on the monthly payments. And even then, I couldn't even really afford the monthly payments. Again, I was in the mindset of spending my future self's money, and I didn't care about the consequences that would bring me. I thought to myself, why shouldn't I get the car now? I can afford it easily if my career progresses. But it's always dangerous to spend tomorrow's money today because you can't guarantee how the future will go. If you can afford a car payment, it's much better to save that money and drive around a beater car so that one day you can buy that car outright. If you delay gratification, I can promise you that you will spend less money. When you see all the money that you work so hard to get go, you'll rethink what you really need. And that leads me to my next point. Not paying attention to the little things that cause the price of your vehicle to go up and up and up. I'm talking dealer fees, extra warranties, so on, extra options. I was stupid when I financed my car. I allowed an extra quarter of the price to go up based on these things that I really didn't need. I've used half of the warranty on my car already with absolutely no issues. My car has been perfectly reliable, so this is money that's just gone down the drain. You should only finance what you need, nothing more. And the absolute worst mistake that I have ever made with my money is having the wrong mindset about money. You may think saying this is a cop-out, but trust me, every mistake that I have ever made has been because of this one root cause. Let me explain. I had absolutely no interest in saving my money and no interest in investing. I never budgeted and I never kept track of any of my money. I chased signs of wealth rather than the wealth itself. I saw money only as a tool to acquire things that I wanted. What I didn't understand when I started my financial journey is that the security and freedom that having a decent amount of savings and a good financial plan can bring you, and that it's worth way more than anything that money can buy you. I worked hard to buy things, to make me happy, but at the end of the day, I just ended up being a slave to these things that I bought. What I thought would bring me freedom actually made me a slave because I couldn't afford to do any of the things that I wanted to do. Now that I have a decent amount of savings and I've put my money to work for me, it feels like a massive burden was brought off my shoulders. It's brought me a peace of mind that if an emergency comes up, it won't financially ruin me. I disagree that money can't bring happiness, but I can guarantee you that spending it won't.